raining, and it's raining very, very heavily, and there's storms are happening. You're on the road. Punless, you find yourself underneath the wagon.
If I light anything up, will that burn the wagon down?
Not immediately, no. You have just stopped coming out of an emotion. You were fearful for your life, and you've kind of just broken out of that, so you've calmed yourself down.
I'm gonna try just create some fire just to keep myself warm and comforted underneath this wagon.
Okay. Angus Beef the elf. You find yourself in the wagon. You two in the wagon. You two have just, come off this fear. You've been fearing for your life, and you hear voices around the wagon.
Okay, using my amazing ability to understand languages. Hang on, I've got to quickly look at my species and see what languages I know. Did I recognise any Elvish?
No. So you can do an education check.
Okay.
You can do an education check, and I'll give you a difficulty of 2.
Okay. Okay, well I've got a bonus of 2.
So you roll first. You get 1. So the difficulty of 2 makes it D4s.
D4s, yes, I have many.
So you have 1 dice for your base, and then 2 for your bonuses. Yes. So you roll 3 dice. You're looking for a single 1.
Okay, so to determine the dice difficulty 2, you just came up with that idea, and that's a director's call.
I came up with what I felt it should be. Yes.
So I get 3 dice, and I need a 1.
Correct.
So you're going to have to trust me on this. I'll get my son to. I'll get my son to adjudicate. Griffin, did I roll any 1s? That's the bottom number. That's 1.
1.
Yeah, I got 1.
All right, so that's a success. So you can just say success. All right. So you know that when where you used to work in the graveyard, in the town that you're from, that they were frequently being attacked by orc hordes. So you recognize this as orc.
Stinking orcs. Okay.
All right, Bad Bow.
Do I do a success? Do I scribble something?
Yes.
Now
So you
on the box?
in under education.
Yeah.
You just fill in one of the segments.
On the D2 box?
On the D2 box, correct.
Okay. Alright, my first wedgie.
Bad Bow, you find yourself in the bushes. You again have just come out of being fearful. You can see the group of orcs that are walking around. And it looks like there are about 7 or 8 of them. And the bodies of the other travelers are strewn about, including the blacksmith that was putting up the biggest fight against the orcs. You notice that the weapon, he had his own weapons, and some of them are lying around near him, which is throwing axes.
Yes, I'm just going to stay nice and quiet in the bushes, making sure I've got my sling ready, just in case. Because there's no way I'm going to try and pick a fight with 7 or 8 orcs.
So, we don't know what Alistair can see. Sorry,
you can't. When it's information that your character would know, then yes, you would know it. But if it's information your character wouldn't know, then you wouldn't know it. So in this circumstance, you would know now that you guys have been attacked by orcs.
Got it.
And can I see them or anything? Considering I'm underneath the caravan with my little light.
Well, it's your turn now, so I'm getting to you now. So you're struggling to light something when you see a large feet just walking past you, and there's a bloodied weapon sort of being, at the guy's side, and you hear like.
Kind of like Klingon.
I get a little scared, and I'm trying to see if I could find a way to get out, to get away.
Okay, so there's the opposite side of the wagon, because the guys on say the western side and the eastern side is available. Now when you look out towards the east, you see cowering in the bushes the halfling, Badbo, sling at the ready.
Seeing that I see the sling at the ready, I'm going to try and sneak over to where he is.
Okay, you need to do a physical check, and the difficulty will be 2.
So just 1d4, I'm guessing.
Correct.
Okay. No.
So you scramble out from underneath the wagon towards a Badbo, and you hear Pukada!
Oh dear.
That can't be good.
Angus Beef, you are inside the wagon, and you hear from outside what just occurred.
So, am I in like a traditional covered wagon?
It's a covered wagon, yes.
Okay, covered wagon. Is there any sort of like stuff inside the wagon? Boxes, straw, submachine guns, that sort of thing?
They're just bags full of people's clothing, sacks, a couple of chickens. If you like, you can burn a story value token, which will add a mundane item that you're looking for.
No, I just wanted to know what was surrounding, so I'm happy not to do it at the moment. Can I see what can I see from the wagon?
So you can only see out the back of the wagon.
Yep.
And you see in the distance, you see about 6 orcs.
Okay.
Walking down the road.
Okay. Well, I'm going to lay low.
Okay.
Sort of hide behind and try and get a better angle on what I can see. So at the right moment, if I need to, I can pounce out like a tiger onto the back of a...
Alright, so you want to be ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I want to be able to attack by surprise.
Okay. Noted. So Badbo, you see this orc rounding the back of the wagon, and he clearly has seen Punless running towards your position.
So it's just the one at the moment.
Just the one.
Okay. So I'm going to use my sling on him, trying for a stun. Okay, so base.
So base advantage of 1.
Base of 1. Opponent is unaware, so 2. For opponent is occupied for 1. And close range for 2. Gives me a d4.
Yep, so 1 d4.
1 plus my racial bonus.
So 2 d4s.
I hate d4s. Yes, I will burn hang on. Because that would only be a reroll of 1 dice. I got a 4 and a 3. Okay, burn a story.
You can reroll the whole story value allows you to reroll all of them.
Okay, burn a story value for a reroll.
Okay.
And 2 and a 3. I could burn another story value for a success. But
Oh lord.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
Do you want a catastrophic failure, or?
No, I'll just satisfy myself with a failure at this stage.
Okay. All right. So we're just going to determine initiative here, but before that happens, David, you get to attack first because the orc is walking past the back of the wagon.
Okay, so it's on, is it? The
so
Byzon.
so you can attack him essentially from the rear.
I
So
like the sound of that.
you get if you have a look at the system reference sheet, you'll see at the top
Yes.
left corner you've got combat ready. You get a base of 1, and then your location advantage. The very first one, you'll see a rear attack unknown is 5.
Rear attack. Yep, got it. Yep.
You're
So
unknown,
6.
so that's 6 in total, and he's occupied because he's busy going towards someone else. So that makes it
Okay.
7. So you roll D2s,
D2, so I'll just roll 6-sided dice and hide
and
the...
1 to 3 is 1,
the,
and 4 to 5
yeah.
is 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got a hand axe, so I
Yep.
don't have any proficiencies or anything like that.
Yep.
Any
I've
racial?
got a physical, not with a hand axe.
No, so you just roll 1 dice.
So it's going to be a 1d2. That's what
Correct.
we're talking about. Okay. And that was determined because we got to where on the chart? We got to...
Because you got to 7.
7 on the chart. Got it.
Correct.
Okay. Very nice. Okay. I've got a 4. I miss.
All right. So
Damn.
you jump out of the wagon and you try to hit him, and you land on the ground. So
Now, is this where I can do the story value token, get out of jail free sort of
Yes.
attempt?
if you want, you can use the story value token to re-roll, or you can
Okay.
change the 2 to a 1, which is the easiest one, because then you will hit.
Oh, okay. That sounds like a great idea. So
all
I
right.
hit.
So
I
you
knock it
remove.
down from 3 to 2.
Correct. You strike the orc on the head, who sort of stumbles around, turns to face you. So the orc,
Is he helmeted or what's his armor?
he does not have a helmet on. He's got leather armor, and he's armed with
Okay.
a falchion, and he has a javelin strapped across his back.
Okay.
And he seems pretty pissed off.
He's
Okay.
a bit of an alpha orc type, or is there bigger ones than him?
You don't have that much knowledge of orcs, but he's big.
Okay. Okay.
In a muscular sense, he's not bigger than you in terms of size, but muscularity, he's
So-
not a small
So
chap.
now he's attained 1 out of 7 wounds or injuries.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
Which I simply use a D6 to track his injuries, because it makes it a lot
Okay.
easier.
Yeah.
Because at 7 he's dead. It's initiative now, so the orc gets to go first in the initiative sequence, because he's got an initiative of 5, and you guys are all initiative 1. So you can decide amongst yourselves what the order is, or you can roll it off with D20s.
I'm the closest to him. Can I go first?
If you want to go first, go for it.
I'm gonna see if I can try and get out of the way.
He has turned, he's now facing the wagon, so you are technically behind him.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Punless goes first, that's after the orc. And then who's going to go after Punless?
Unless David wants to, I'll volunteer.
Yeah. I'm happy to go right at the end.
Bad Bow, and then Angus. So the orc is facing you, Angus, Beef. And he starts to chuckle to himself as he raises up his falchion.
Yay.
And the falchion misses you as you duck.
Okay.
But in your estimation, he is quite adept with this weapon.
Okay.
Punless.
Alright, how big is a orc? So I want to try and trick him.
Orc is size 5.
Orc is size 5. Okay, so he's half my size. I'm half his size.
Correct. So you get 2 immediately plus 1. You're on 3 already.
Okay.
And you get rear attack known, so that's another 3. That's on the ground location. So you're at 6.
6. I don't think I would. How far would he wouldn't be that far away from me, would he?
Yeah, he's within close range.
Okay. I think that's all I can do.
if you charge, you'll get right up to 7, but it uses your full because you have on your turn flow there. You can do a complete action, which is a charge, or you can do an action and then a movement, or a movement and then an action, and then a quick action.
Yeah, I don't think I want to charge, so I want to see if I can do it and dash away.
Okay.
So can I stick on the 6? So D4s. I want to try and trip him. So does that mean I have bonus of 1 on my pick, so I can roll 2 D4s to try and trip him?
Correct.
Alright.
So you don't do any damage with a trip, but he will be on the ground.
Okay, cool. I want to try that.
Okay.
Get a 1. And no, I do not get a 1. I get 2 3s. Of course I do. Can I spend a story value token to re-roll that?
Correct.
Okay. I got 1. There we go.
Okay. So you go up behind him and he's whoa! He falls backwards onto his back. And he's like, oh, you know.
To be ghoulies next. Go for the ghoulies.
That stuff.
Okay.
I have no combat ability. So can I run away now?
So that was your trip attack, was it?
Yeah.
So you had to move up to him, trip him. So that's your movement and then your action. So you have a quick action now, which is you can step away from him.
And how far away would that be?
Your reach distance.
Your reach distance. Okay.
Which is still within his reach.
Can I try and step closer to the wagon?
Yeah, you can have the wagon as cover to the side if you like.
Yeah, I'll have that. I'll try and step that way.
Angus beef.
Quick observation: are there any horses attached to this wagon?
Yes, there are.
Okay, are they in a fit state to be driven, or are they wounded, or are they hobbled, or? Okay.
Well, from this position, you wouldn't really be able to tell, but yes, they would be.
Yeah. Okay. The other orcs, are they approaching at a rapid pace?
No, they've basically gone over the ridge.
Ah, okay. I must have missed that bit. So we're only dealing with one orc.
It's just the one.
Got it. Okay. And he's prone on the ground now.
He will be at the end of this turn.
Okay. Well, I'll ready myself for another devastating attack.
Okay.
Especially while he's down.
Well, you can attack him now while he's up, because you'll only be able to attack him while he's down in the next turn.
Okay. All right. So.
Because all the effects and injuries and everything happen at the end.
Okay. So I'll effect another attack. So going through the chart, I'm combat ready still.
Yes.
That's a 1. Do I have any location advantages?
Not yet, no. But you do have movement advantage. He's stationary, so you get that one.
An advantage, stationary. Got it. Okay. So that's a total of 2. Okay, just going through. I'm the same size. Yes.
Correct. So there's no bonus there. And there's no range, but you do have
Do I have allies?
2 allies.
Do I have allies?
You have 2 allies, so that makes it 4.
4. Okay, so 4 would mean a D8.
Correct.
1 D8. Not the easiest of odds.
Remember, he's he's still standing in front of you.
Okay. It's not a favoured enemy. There's no injury advantage, because he's only got 1. Is that correct?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. He's only got 1 injury?
Correct.
So it's according to so it's a 1d8 with a 1.
Correct.
That makes sense. Okay. Rolling now. No.
Alright. So you swing and he just laughs as your swing goes wild.
Yeah.
Which is when Pundus kind of trips him up from behind.
Got it.
And Badbo?
Okay. So, quick action, I'm going to draw my dagger.
Yep.
And I will be, well, not charging because that's a complete action, but coming up behind him and stabbing him in the back.
Okay.
So that's going to be 7, which is base, rear attack 9, is 3.
4 total, yeah.
Stationaries, 5.
5, yeah.
2 allies, and there's some other stuff, but it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, that's fine. So D2s. So if what you can do while you're waiting for your turn is you can kind of total up what yours are, and then you just tell me what they are and what the total is, so that...
I don't believe it.
You missed.
How the hell can I miss on D2s? With 2 of them.
You want to burn a story value token?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll change one of those 2s to a 1.
So you stab him in the back of the shoulder while he's falling down from Punus the Gnome's attack. So that's the end of the round. So he gains an extra injury and is now on the ground. So he has 2 injuries in terms of the advantages. Okay. Now he has to do an emotion check. So his emotional difficulty is equal to his injuries. So he just needs to do an emotion check for that. And he does not fail his emotion check, so he's still willing to fight.
Oh, one thing. Do I get experience for that trip that I did? Or
yes.
Yep.
Every time you are successful, if it's over your dice threshold, you get an experience point.
Okay.
Even if you burn story value to do it, it still counts. He spends the entire round standing up.
Mm-hmm.
So, Punless the Gnome, your turn. He counts as on the ground for this.
So he's on the ground then. So then I'm going to. So on the ground, that's a 3. That's 4 for the base advantage.
Yep.
5, 6 for half the size, and
yes.
allies make the whole way up. Okay,
correct.
so
D2s.
D2s, and I get 2 D2s. I'm just going to use D4s for that.
Yep.
Oh, fucking hell. 4 and 3.
Do you want to use a story value or not?
Not right now, no. 'Cause I'm going to run.
No, okay.
Yeah, okay, so I fail.
Alright,
Okay.
so that's Punless the Gnome. It's a swing and a miss, you hit the ground next to him. So, Angus Beef.
Okay, so 1 for base advantage.
Correct.
On the ground, 3, so that makes
Correct,
4.
so 4.
Any others?
Allies.
Allies?
2 allies, so that makes it
2
6.
allies, so that's 6.
And injury advantage makes it 7.
7. So the D2s again, and one D2.
Correct.
Okay. Oh yes.
Okay, so you
1 injury.
you smack him on his head.
Who's laughing now?
Take that, you green-skinned swine.
Can I ask a quick question?
Sure.
I'm using a hand axe. It's not. I haven't written it in my weapon proficiencies. Do I write the hand axe because I'm using it in my weapon proficiencies?
Yes, now that you're earning an experience point,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. So so it's Okay. So doesn't it just has to be a weapon proficiency, just whatever weapons you're using? And I've achieved 2 hits, so that now means I can do 2 wedges.
Correct. Yeah. So, Bad Bow.
Okay, so I'm going to attack with my dagger again. I've got exactly the same as Angus.
Yep.
Plus 1 for being smaller, but...
Yep. Alright.
Hey, gee, yay. I'm gonna burn these dice. Alright, fine. Catastrophic failure.
Catastrophic failure.
Yeah.
Alright. So what's your weapon again?
Dagger.
Alright. So you're so intent on stabbing the guy that you miss and stab yourself in your own leg and fall to the ground. So you constitute now, you've taken an injury and you're on the ground.
Yeah.
And you gain a story value. So he's now squealing in pain, he's just stabbed himself in his own leg.
Should have stayed in the wagon.
Yep.
Badbo actually called that on himself.
Yes. So when you fail,
In
you
order,
can say,
to gain a story value token.
Correct.
Yeah, to use at a later stage.
Yes,
but you don't get story value experience. You only get a token to use later in the game. That's all.
Okay.
I award experience if you do something that's really, really cool or that's really in character. Then I award you with experience points, which when you play in later games, you get them as starting tokens. You get story value. So it's the orc's turn.
And he's now standing.
So he is going to attack Alice Badbo on the ground. So he raises Falchion up and he takes a swing, and he gets base. You are on the ground, gives him 4, and you are no, so it's no smaller. Stationary, so 5 d6s. And he hits you.
He gets d6s and he hits.
Yeah, but he rolls a lot of them. Yeah, he has a weapon proficiency of 4 in a Falchion, so it's 5 dice.
Wow.
Okay, so Punless.
Okay. Am I able to use any magic or no?
The only way you can use magic is if you've learnt magic spells.
Okay, you physically learn them. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. How does that cover work again? So the cover only works for defending against attacks, right?
Correct.
That's in the protection values?
Correct.
Okay. Now what is my... Sorry, I didn't count the advantage before. Because this is all I'm good at, I'm going to try and trip him again.
Okay.
He's going to stay on the floor forever. So... Okay,
So again, you can attack from behind, because he's attacking Badbo.
Okay, so... What was that? Okay, so I have 2 allies, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4, 5 for the size. Stationary is 1, that's 6. And injury, that makes 7. Okay, cool. So another hit with the dice. Not using those 2. Okay, I only use a story value token to change a 2 to a 1.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Was that D2s that I rolled?
D2s, yeah.
It was D2s. Okay, so that's a 1 and a 2, so I did succeed.
Okay, alright. So then you're successful. Don't forget to put your experience in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Angus Beef. He's
facing Badbo,
yeah.
If he's facing Badbo, do I have a rear or a side attack?
Yes, you're Rio, yeah.
Okay, so first of all, I'll also have a look around. I'll just quickly glance at the bodies. Are there any interesting looking corpses that might have something that maybe Dylan could pilfer an object off or something?
What sort of objects are you looking for?
Necklace of fireballs, perhaps. Something.
Oh yeah. Okay, so the bodies are of the peasants you were traveling with.
Okay, so
one of them is the blacksmith that was traveling with you, who has some throwing axes lying around next to him. That was used.
Okay.
Just in case that one of us could utilize one of those things while someone's engaging them in combat. Just thought.
All right.
Put it out there.
David, just one thing. I've learnt from playing with Gareth. If you're looking for something, be more specific rather than just saying, "Is there anything interesting?" Because then he'll come back with a difficulty of 7. Or
I should have said, "Does the blacksmith have a taser?"
That's right. Somehow he has plasma weapons.
Okay. Well, I'll just hammer in with the hand axe one more time. So, combat ready. Is it a side or a rear advantage?
It's rear. He knows you're there, so it's
that-
only 3.
Okay, so it's 4 allies,
Yep,
6, and
Sorry, you only get
wounds.
one for ally, because Badbo's on the ground, so that's
Okay, so that's
5.
5.
And then
how
he's
many
got 3 injuries, so that's 1, so that's 6.
6, which means a D4. 1 D4.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Wish me luck. No, I rolled a 2. Okay.
Okay, so swing and a miss.
Yep.
Right, Badbo.
So before I try and get up, I've got to do an emotion check,
Correct.
which is 2. That'll
So you only do an emotion check when you're actually injured. And this is where it starts to get interesting.
Mate, I've got 2 injuries, but it's combat emotion, so I get 3 dice. 1 from me, 1 from him. But 1, 2, and the base 3. Yeah. Okay, so. And I succeed, so I'm still in it.
So don't forget your emotional experience.
How did he just roll for the disability thing? That was promotion. And what did he roll for that?
I've got bonuses for emotion. I've got 1 for combat emotion, 1 as a base raise to a bonus, plus 1 for a base. So that was 3 dice. And the difficulty of an emotion check is the skill level.
Is the number of injuries you have.
Injuries. So I should have actually been rolling d4s, sorry.
So re-roll it then.
Harsh.
And I still fail.
Alright. So you now scurry under the wagon. You're still technically on the ground, but you're just like
I gotta get out of here.
So when you fail your emotion check, you essentially automatically move away from the enemy as fast as you can towards cover. You have no control over that, that's just what happens. And it's a complete action to flee, so that's his whole round. Orc now, he spends the round standing up again. So, Punless.
Okay. Did I hear? Who was it? Baglish? No, what's his name?
Angus?
Bagbo. No,
Bagbo,
Bagbo.
yeah.
Who was looking at the blacksmith?
They both were.
That was Bagbo. So do I know after him looking that there are things on the blacksmith?
You were heading towards him, so you would have seen the blacksmith on the ground when you were running towards him.
Alright, so can I head to the blacksmith and try and take any throwing weapons that he has?
Yes, so it's your movement to go there, and then picking up a weapon is the action.
I think
And then you can turn around as your quick action, so that takes your whole turn.
and I'll turn around and then just be ready to do an attack next turn.
Correct. Okay,
Right.
so Angus Beef,
Have we got a name for this orc yet?
just orc number 1. His
Is
actual
orc
name
number
is
one-
Ulachta Mukdokla.
Is he facing me again?
He is facing you, yes.
Okay.
Affectionately
Well,
known as Ugly
I'll just
by
say
his
it.
friend.
I'll just say in
he's
Elvish.
standing up. He's standing up, so he counts as on the ground.
Okay. I'll just tell him in Elvish. Let's dance.
He looks a little confused because he doesn't speak Elvish.
There we go. I've got him at a disadvantage. Combat ready 1. Allies 1. None.
Yes, 1. No,
One.
none. Sorry, none.
None. Because everyone. Okay. He's getting up, which is.
He's on the ground, so it's 3.
Okay, so it's 3. So it's 4 injuries, 5.
Yes. The D6.
So that's a D6 and a 1. Okay, it's a fail. what can I do as far as the story value token to amend that result?
You can use it to re-roll it. Was it a 2 or?
It was a 3.
Okay. So you can re-roll it. You
So
could
if it's
have
one-
reduced. Sorry.
Sorry. If it's one off, the story value token could just knock it down. It gives you a -1 on that result, does it? So
Yeah. So you can
roll
drop
this
it from
one
2
over.
to
Yeah.
1. Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know. All right, I could have used that
you-
a turn before. Yeah.
You can re-roll it. So the
Yep.
whole roll, so all the dice, of which you only have 1. You can
Yeah.
also add a dice to your roll if it was before you were doing it.
Yeah.
But now that's after the fact, you can just re-roll.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Well, I'll now that I know exactly how they work, I'll
Okay.
exploit them later on.
Okay. All right, Bad Bow.
Okay, so a motion check. So it's still
You get now because it's the next round. The emotion check after you've failed. Each round that you have failed, you gain an extra dice.
Yeah, so it's still the D4, but 4 dice rather than 3.
That's right.
Yay!
All right. So you are now like just at the back of the horses, but still under the wagon.
And that's my turn.
Yeah. So the orc charges Punless.
No.
So is 1, and you are stationary, makes 2, and you don't have any injuries, do you?
No.
He gets 2 for charging, which is 4 is d8s. And it's a swing and a miss.
Swing and a miss. Sweet. Okay. So nobody's
Right.
next to me.
Yep.
Okay.
You're face to face.
Face to face. Damn it. How many weapons did I pick up from the blacksmith?
Sorry, hold on. I didn't do his emotion. Hold on.
Oh, yep.
He fails his emotion check, so rather than charging you, he heads off towards the ridge.
Okay.
Quick,
Uh-huh.
get him!
Now, you can do a coup de grace, which is you charge after him and basically finish him off with 1 hit.
Do it!
Little gnome with a pickaxe.
Yeah, trust me, you charge up behind him and just whack straight in the back of the head.
Alright, so what is that? Can you help me out with how that works?
So he's fleeing.
Mhm.
So you get base, you get rear attack known, so that's 4. He is considered lost his wits, so that's 3 makes 7. Pretty
lost his
much
wits?
most of the time it'll be 7.
Most time it'll be 7. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's considered gripped with fear.
Okay, cool. So 7s, and I can roll 2d2s.
Yeah.
No, fuck this. I'm re-rolling. Okay, I still lose. Alright, okay.
Alright, so he's fleeing off now. It's Angus beef.
Do I have the same opportunity?
You have the same option, yes.
Do you have a ranged weapon?
Come back and dance! Okay, I've got a hand axe which I could probably throw, yes?
Yes, you can.
So you can try
Okay, well,
ranged.
Can I coup de grace in that respect?
Yes,
or will I only get
absolutely.
an injury? Okay, well I want to do it in style. Okay. Goes the axe. So
Okay, so
But
you
pretty
get base.
lost their wits.
He is.
Yep.
Yep. You get close range. You get all the. It will be 7.
Okay, 7. Okay, one moment.
We're gonna see the roll now.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Okay. So it's 1 to 3 is 1. So yep. So your hand axe goes flying through the air and basically cleaves his head in half, and he's slumped to the ground. You know.
Okay. So that's another wedge for the hand axe.
So you get a wedge for the hand axe, and you get an education experience point as well for the coup de grace.
Okay,
coup de grace.
Yes. Later on, that develops into assassination.
Yeah, so later on in the game, there are circumstances where you'll be able to assassinate people in the first round.
Okay.
Okay. But you obviously have to build up to that.
So I've just learnt that an axe to the back of the head can actually cause harm.
Correct. This is how you dispatch people.
Excellent.
Okay, so it is Punless's turn.
Why were we on the road?
You are traveling to a small town called Byzon Hills.
Byzon Field. Okay. And is that in the direction where the orcs just fled off to?
No, you were attacked from the sides.
Oh, okay, the side.
They have fled away from the. It's not a town; it's a village. Sorry, they've fled away from the village. Well, he fled away from the village. The other ones walked away.
Walked away. Okay. So in that case, can I try and get back on the wagon so we can head off to the village and with the weapons that I picked up in the blacksmith?
Okay, so you want to pick up the weapons and get onto the wagon. Is that correct?
How heavy are they? Can I pick them up at all?
You would be able to, yes.
Okay.
You'd only have one though.
I have one.
Yeah.
I'm like, can I carry them at all? Okay. So I'll pick them up and then throw them into the wagon.
So so that's what you want to do. So Angus Beef, what do you want to do?
Well, looking around, I can see a lot of dead bodies.
Yep.
And I'm thinking could be a good bit of business here as a gravedigger.
Yep.
So I'm going to suggest we pile everything in the back of the wagon, all the bodies, including the orcs.
Yep.
And then if we head into town, we can maybe see if I can get a few coins, burying a few bodies in the graveyard.
Sure. Okay. You will get 1 economics experience point for that, based purely on the family members of people in the village that are on here. You would be earning something from it, so there is an economic experience from that. Yes. So you get 1 wedge in economic value. Badbone?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to look at climbing into the wagon as far away from the dead bodies as I can and trying to get some rest and heal up a little bit.
Okay. All right. So, Punless the Gnome, you go and you pick it up and you perform the actions you wanted to do. And Angus Beef, you start piling the bodies into the back of the wagon. And Badbo, you are going into the wagon to hold up. Now, as you are doing all this, a person pops their head out from the front of the wagon and goes, "Oh, they're all dead?"
What? What?
Person?
Yes, a young man.
Little fop.
You recognize him from when you started your journey. He was riding with the driver.
How old is young?
Probably
child
in his
or
20s.
okay, in 20s. So I'll ask him if he's injured. Did
No,
you receive
thank
any
the gods.
It's and I suppose you were just about to help us in the fight, but we killed him before you could help us. Is that right?
I was too scared.
Oh, too scared. Okay.
At least he's an honest coward.
Yeah, he's an honest coward. Well,
I've been
help us
captured by
carry-
those
he-
filthy
help us-
beasts before.
you've been captured by them before.
Not those ones in particular, but in my childhood I was captured by orcs.
Oh, years ago.
Years ago.
Okay.
So
you
I had
recognise-
some idea of what they were doing.
That's why you laid low.
Yes.
Can you help us pile the bodies onto the back of the cart so we can give them a decent burial?
Yes, but the driver kind of needs some attention.
Oh, the
So
driver's alive.
he hops off the wagon and he starts helping you, the gravedigger, picking up the bodies and putting them on the back of the wagon. Oh, it's so unfortunate that Sally has passed.
How well did you know these people?
Well, I lived with them.
Okay.
Well, at least half of these people and the blacksmith.
Okay. So, where's the driver?
The driver's on the front of the wagon.
Needs a bit of attention. Is he bleeding? Is he...
Yeah. He has a javelin through his shoulder, okay, into the seat behind him, and there is blood coming out of his mouth, and he is kind of like, "Roar."
Okay. So, I got a suggestion. Punless, do you want to start a little fire? I've got a dagger that we could heat up. Do some cauterizing here. Or does anyone want to try healing?
Is healing education?
Yes.
Well, I've only got a 1. I think I would be better off trying to get some fires around here, give it a little bit warmer.
I could try patch. It's just stemming the flow of blood.
Yeah,
Would that be something simple to do?
Yeah,
Removing the
it's
javelin, for example.
It stops him from dying from bleeding out, yes.
Yeah. Is the javelin doing that?
If you pulled it out, he would die.
Okay. So,
Essentially, he is on 6 injuries.
okay. Is the javelin affixed to the cart?
Yes.
Is he like skewered? Yep,
Correct.
okay. Okay, so we can't move him. We can give him some triage in the form of any other wounds that. So we could,
well, it's
like,
all
put all the clothing that's in the back of the cart. I could bundle it up and put it against the entry point of the javelin and stop the flow of blood that way.
Yeah.
Can he hold it with his own hand?
It would count as bandages, yes, and it would assist him in his check to stay alive.
Okay, we'll do that. Sip of water, if we've got any.
Let's say there is, if he would have like a gourd underneath his seat or something, yes.
Yep. Okay, so I'll say, what's your name?
He is too out of it.
Okay. Is there anything you need to tell me? Is there anything you need to tell me? Lost treasure, location of the map.
Where is the quest? Tell me where the quest is! You bastard! Alright.
We can always take that. I need a javelin, don't we? Wouldn't you like a javelin, guys?
I need this javelin! So, remember the orc has a javelin, the orc has a falchion as well, and the orc has leather armor. So,
it's all in the back of the cart at the moment.
Yeah. So in your attempts to make fire and all this, you realize it's far too wet. The rain is there's no dry wood, there's no dry kindling, there's nothing. You'd have to burn stuff in the back of the wagon, and that would practically burn the wagon down.
I guess they're humming to myself.
So if one of us was to jump in the seat and rein up the horses, could we drive the cart without killing the guy?
Yes.
The driver?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
so the only other survivor. What was the name of that callow youth that we found hiding behind?
So you ask him his name, and his name says, "I'm Patter Vit."
Patter.
Vit.
I'll call you Pat.
Okay.
Patter's fine.
What do you know of the driver? Is he a family man?
He's from the other town. He's not from Byzon Hills. I've never ridden with him before.
Okay.
But the village is not far off, so we may be able to get him there in time.
Okay. Just keep an eye on him. Make sure the bandage doesn't fall off, and I'll suggest I have a huddle with my party members behind the cart, and we'll just do a sit rep. So bodies are loaded into the back, all booty included.
Fortunately.
Yeah.
We've got a dying man and a coward. Do we take them with us on our journey?
Technically, you have 2 cowards.
Now, that's not very nice.
Should we all hop in the van, on the cart and proceed to the village, or do we be a little bit more selfish and cut free any loose baggage?
You said it's not too far, and you want the money, so it's not going to change that much, is it?
We're heading to the village. We're heading to the village already, so we might as well take them along. It's not going to take us longer to take them along. If things go bad, we can always abandon them then.
Yeah, and there may be, being the conniving mercenary elf that I am, there may also be a reward for bringing the from the family of the driver or the driver himself from certain death out on the road. You never know.
You never know. The orc may have higher value.
Maybe the people that captured him before, maybe the orcs that captured him before or after him will pay a ransom.
Quickly learn Orcish.
So we'll just.
Everybody speaks the language of money.
Okay, so do you guys want to take the cart onto the village? Is that the consensus?
Yeah.
I'm happy to do that.
Alright, so on the journey you can choose to do an action, you can choose to pay attention, or you can choose a movement. Now because you're on the wagon, movement falls away, but you can choose an action, which is things like rest, or make something, or like that, or attention is keep an eye out, or keep a smell out, or...
I'm going to try and sit on top of the wagon, because is it closer to evening or dawn?
It's about midday.
About midday, just in the middle of the storm. Well, I'm going to try and sit on top of the wagon and just be a lookout.
Okay.
Okay. I'm happy to drive the horses, and I'll delegate looking after the wounded driver to Patavit.
Yeah, Pat.
And perhaps
for short.
Badbo, you should rest in the back.
Yeah. I'll stick with that. I like that idea.
Okay, so what are you doing, Badbo?
Resting in the back.
Badbo. But are you going to be doing anything?
No, resting? I'm going resting to try and regain injuries. Or
Okay, so it's considered a long rest. We'll call it a full rest. So full rest, you have access to water and a meal or a ration. We'll say that you do. You heal 2 injuries automatically.
That's better. Back to...
So I'm just going to roll for Patavit to see if he's able to stabilize and keep the guy alive. Now, Angus Beef, you need to do an education check to drive the wagon to the town. Difficulty is 1.
Okay, I've got a bonus of 2 because I'm a thinker and I'm an elf. So that means 2 d2s.
Plus the 1 you normally get as a bonus.
Oh, plus those 3, yes. 3. Yes.
Okay, so you get an education experience point.
Oh yeah, yep.
And you successfully arrive in the village several hours later. It is dusk, and the driver has passed away on the journey.
Oh, more business for me.
You hatless bastard!